So let's just get started and settle into our nice, comfortable, seated position. And if you are, Vanessa's on a couch with her legs crossed, so just be as comfortable as possible. Try and sit on top of your sits bones with the spine as straight as possible. But I think, Vanessa, for what you've been going through right now with your work, I think just relax, Don't have to sit up straight or anything. It's just chill. With those who want to, feet about a hip's width apart, knees about a hip's width apart, shoulders are aligned with the hips, and just imagine you're lengthening your spine. Putting some space in between the vertebrae, imagining your spine is a string of pearls of light, stretching all the way from the base, all the way up through the crown. And take a nice deep breath. And just relax the scalp and the forehead and the face. Just to allow some softening to come into the face. The eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the jaw, temples, the back of the head, back of the neck. Allow the shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat, the chest, and the belly, and all of your limbs. Just feel yourself relaxing and allow yourself to go inwards. And notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. Be aware of any sounds in your environment. Try not to follow with the mind, and then just notice the thoughts that are arising. Try not to judge. And just remembering however it is you're turning up tonight, just allow that to be okay. It's all good. And then just bring to mind our friends, the ones we don't like, and our strangers, and remembering they could change place at any time. And they're all equal, their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering. And everybody has this extraordinary capacity for Buddhahood. So I think we'll do this practice this evening for all these people of our life, and keeping very much in our mind and just wish for her all the best on her journey forward, that she's able to allow herself to release and let go. I think there is no negativity that can't be purified, and this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind, so equally we can create positivity. So we start with the power of regret. This is our taking responsibility. And from the bottom of our heart, anything we have done to harm any living being in this day and this life and in all of our past lives, and think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And so having harmed others, we ourselves will probably experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of any kind of future suffering. We know from our present suffering, we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger and attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And then think again, I'm sick of this suffering, and then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance, and we turn to the Buddha, who we see as a doctor who has the methods that we can use to purify. So here we have our Buddha Vajrasattva. So we're not looking for this, this higher power to take all our pain away. We're just looking for medicine. We're looking for a doctor to guide us, to tell us what medicine to take, how to help ourselves. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. He's sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has a beautiful radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two. Excuse me. And this symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we've harmed, and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you've harmed recently and in the past, and then in general, all beings we've ever harmed since beginningless time. And then remember those who have harmed you, and we have compassion for them because they're going to suffer as a result of the harm they've done to you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. And so then we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the medicine, doing the practice. So we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid, and this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahompe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And next is the purification of your speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine all the gossip, the harsh speech and the useless speech, and lying and talking about people behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you. And then think of all the inappropriate speech and this speech where we're just not able or find ourselves in the situation where we can express ourselves appropriately. Imagine all this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. And next is the purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on that switch. The darkness in the room is instantly dispelled by the light. So just as when the light hits your heart chakra, imagine all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all your attachment and neediness and bitterness and anger, depression, anxiety, resentment, jealousy, grudges, all instantly dispelled. Not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Humpe, and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasapa Dina Patita, Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe and Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think there's no space in your heart for anything except love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. And next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time, imagine that Vajrasattva is sending light and nectar. It fills you completely and eradicates all that negative energy, the subtlest imprints of negative energy. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Humpe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hom Pe Vajrasafa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasafa Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sitokaya Mebawa Sipokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sawasiti Mempi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe. So now feel you're completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Just imagine even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. And now is the power of resolve. And this is the fourth and final step in the purification process, and a really crucial one. And this is the determination to not harm with our body and speech and mind. And without this determination, we're just going to keep doing the same old things over and over again. And this determination, this aspiration, becomes like a beacon that guides our body and our speech and our mind in a new direction. So just think of all the things that you need to rejoice about in terms of the progress that you're making on the path. So rather than giving yourself a hard time for all the, the stuff that you've done that you might not be so proud of, or you're feeling guilty about, rejoice in your actual progress and make that the highlight rather than the negative thing. So then maybe make a determination to not do any negative self-talk over the weekend. And as I said before, I think I don't know, this morning or last night, I can't remember, rather than making a New Year's resolution, think about what is your intention going to be moving through 2024. And does that fit with all of these things that you're working on? But think about what's your motivation as you move through 2024 with your life. So this determination gives us strength, gives us direction. The Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. And then think a little bit about emptiness. In emptiness, there is no I, the creative negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy we've created doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And then, can you please give me the gallery? There we go. So, strong wish for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to be able to continue to keep teaching. There's thousands of people there at the Bodh right now. So rejoice for all of them. And then the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and then make a strong wish for all of your own teachers to live long and to be able to teach. Okay, everybody, Happy New Year. Have a wonderful weekend. Will it be when's the 1st? Monday? Yeah, so I'll see you next year. Such a corny joke. Okay. All right, everyone. Lots of love.